Good morning, again from Cluj-Napoca. I dropped off the car this morning and I prepared myself to leave in the afternoon. Right now, I am at the train station called Cluj-Napoca Est. It didn't even show up on Google Maps, on Apple Maps, but it showed up on Google Maps. And this is what it is. Just emptiness, random industrial location. There's nothing here. It's just empty. Just a sheet of the Times, basically. And that's it. So I'm guessing I have to take the... Well, it's 11:45 almost, so... I guess mine will come in a bit, probably, I guess. Who knows? It's empty. There's a waiting room. Here we have just two other people in another building, and that is cool what it says. So it's pretty empty, so I just hope I can get to the center like this. Let's see. This is how you get on the train apparently here. They just stop and they just get on. Very normal. I also try to get currency from every place I go, as long as it's not my own currency, of course. So in Romania they have the leu, or the lei, and I just have a few banknotes, unfortunately. So this is the number one leu. It's very colorful. And this is the 5 lei, plural becomes lei. Also very colorful. And I have a few coins, which is the 50 bani, which is like half lei. And I have the 10 bani, like this. So as of today, the currency exchange is 5 lei for 1 euro, which is of course very favorable for us. Generally speaking, everything is cheaply priced there, unless you are of course in a touristy place. So yeah, that's the currency of Romania. So right now I'm up on the spot which they call Belvedere, which is basically a good view in the city, and as you can see, there is really a good view over here. If you go further up, basically down there, you can have a little better view. But yeah, this is basically what you can see, and it's pretty nice, so much green, so definitely worth coming. Right now I'm at the station, ready to go to Bucharest. As you can see, it's the station area. I used those electric scooters to get here. Very, very useful. I almost died, but no, it was very, very easy to get here with those things. Very cheap. So the station is not so interesting, but let's have a look. So nothing interesting. That the old-fashioned boards basically are there too. You can get drinks, tickets, money, coffee, even books, and more food, waiting area, and the trains over there. And my train is up there, the second one. So hello, good morning. Right now I'm in Bucharest. I finally arrived after a very long journey in the night in the train. It was quite hectic. It was super hot and humid in the train in the beginning. I could not stay in that room for too long. Yeah, the airco was not working at all. There's a little window that opens, but it didn't really work also. We were with 5 people in this very small compartment, and I was in the top level, which of course if it is hot, it is hotter above. So in the beginning I was not really able to even be there. I just went out to the hallway. There was a window there. I just went I stood behind the window to get the wind in my face because it was so, I felt very suffocating basically. But after a while it became a bit cooler because of course the temperature drops. And there was this nice couple basically with a kid, and she was 13, I think she was. So I just proposed to just play a game with her on my computer. I had the only game I had was chess. After a while we tried to sleep, but that's it. So now I'm gonna wait for my Airbnb to open. She told me that it's okay for her to open at 11. So right now it is almost half past 6. So no wait, almost half past 8. Sorry, half past 8. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk already towards there. There is a park nearby. I'm gonna eat something hopefully, and just sit there and relax a bit and wait until it opens, and to drop off my things, and then I can go into the city finally. So welcome to Bucharest. As you can see, it's absolutely massive, and it was built by Ceausescu because he went to Pyongyang, to North Korea, and he saw how big the buildings were there, and he wanted to build the same thing in his country. Then he also wanted to build it only with local material, so only Romanian building material basically. And the funny thing is that now most of the rooms are not even done. Majority of the rooms are not even used, and it's just basically just mostly empty. And it's used by the parliament and even by TV crews and stations and whatever, and they still cannot fill it up. That's how big it is. And next to that, it is the most massive, like based on mass, the heaviest building in the world, and it sinks like 6 millimeters every year. Only the Pentagon is bigger than this one in size comparison. So that's just bizarre basically how huge this building is. Good morning. Today I am again in Bucharest. Yesterday I had a little bit of a chill day because it was really hot, and I had this train ride that I didn't really sleep so much. So I just I saw a little bit, but most of it was just relaxing, doing some laundry. So today I'm going to visit most of the places I want to visit. So I'm first going to go to some parks. It's quite early, it's 7:30, so the sun is not too hot yet. So I will go to some parks and just see some sights, and then maybe later on I will go actually maybe inside some museums, because then it's going to be hotter during the day, so therefore it's cooler in the museums, and just maybe have like a break back home again and then go out tonight. And then prepare for tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be on the train to go to Sofia, Bulgaria. So let's make something out of this day. So we arrived at the first park, and let's see how it is. Pretty big apparently. And then we already start with some fountains. We have some playground for the kids. I mean, this city has a lot of parks apparently, so I'm gonna try and see as much as possible. So on a hot day, it's very welcome, this kind of fountains. Another big one. So here we have again a giant pond, and the park goes all the way over there with a lot of children games, and it's kind of like a fair for kids, like a playground. And there we have another part of the pond. It's just it's almost kind of like a lake almost. It's huge. And yeah, so if you need some refreshment or something, it's good to get out in here, because the city itself is absolutely hot at the moment. So a good alternative is going to the parks, because they're quite fresh, a lot of shade, a lot of water. It's a good alternative. So around this time of the video, I was starting to notice that I had some problems with the drone, basically, and with the GoPro, but mostly with the drone, with taking videos and everything. So the drone that I'm using is the DJI 2 Mini. It's very portable. You can unfold it like this. Voila. And your drone is ready. Cap off. And voila. So it's not that hard. This is the controller that comes with it. So you're supposed to put your phone in this, and then you can use it. So it was the first time that I was using the drone. I just bought it for this trip basically, so I was still very new at that point. So I was at Bucharest, as you see, and at night there is this giant roundabout basically with very big fountains and everything, very bombastic. So I wanted to take a drone shot from this. I was like, wow, this would be, really a great shot to have. So, I asked a security guard if I could do that, and I was like, yeah, is it okay, this thing is good? And he was like, oh yeah, and he was super interested, and he wanted to see what I was doing, and he wanted to follow me, and he was looking at the sky and where is it now, and looking at my screen and trying to ask questions basically. and he was super friendly, and we took even a selfie with the drone and everything. But then I was seeing that there was something wrong with it, because it just gave me like an error message, like nothing was actually happening. But it didn't really specify what, so I was really dumbfounded what was the problem. So I could not find any of the footage back in the media of the app basically. So at the end I figured, well, maybe it's the memory card. So I got this memory card from the store, which was a discount of like I think €5, and it was a 32 gigabyte memory card. So that was a good deal. Now I get why, because it doesn't work. Good. So the problem was that this thing sometimes works, sometimes not. So I took the memory card from my GoPro 4, and I took this one, put it in the drone, and then it suddenly worked. And I was like, oh, so this is the problem. And but yeah, that's what you learn in travel, right? So later, the whole travel, I just used this one for the GoPro, which was still very annoying because it didn't work a lot of the time. So you had to click it in and out, click it in, out, and then it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But of course with the drone you cannot do that when it's in the air. So I used the other one for the drone the whole time. So after this it went much better. But yeah, those things you learn on the go, and yeah, that's part of it. So that was the end of this video already. So as usual, I always share the cards that I send and the magnets that I buy. So this time I bought from Bucharest this magnet from the ginormous Parliament building, which is very impressive. And I sent this card back home from Bucharest, and I wrote it when I was on my way to Sofia, at the last minute basically. So here's gonna be my dad to read it to you again. So come on over and have a seat.
Oh, hi there. Hey.
And he's gonna read again what I wrote him.
Yeah.
So.
Hi there. Hello. Yeah, that's a very nice card. Looks a little bit like the Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a copy.
They like bombastic architecture.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, here it goes. Hey Dad. Today I'm going to Sofia. Bucharest is a city of contrast. They are clearly renovating and building a lot. Many building projects all around. The city loves huge buildings and statues. There are many huge parks with lakes and ponds, and even an enormous fairground with many attractions and play areas. The city does have a lot of smog though, so it's very warm in the summer. Greetings, Jason.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's the end of it.
Yeah. Nice.
So what did you think of Bucharest after you saw the images in the pictures?
Yeah, it's just like some of the buildings is just unbelievable. It's amazing how people could put buildings down build buildings like that in those days. I mean, nowadays it's easy because we have cranes, we have jackhammers and all that sort of stuff, and everything's more or less in concrete. Back then it was in stone. It was carved out of stone, and every piece had to be very meticulously carved to fit onto the next one.
Yeah.
And the results were really beautiful, and they're still standing. They're still standing unless there's somebody that wants to blow them up. All right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Any last wisdoms for the viewers?
Yeah, just if you want to do it, do it. If you want to do it, do it. Don't hesitate. Don't be like, I'm too scared, I'm too frightened, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources. Just do it. When you have the opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's a nice quote to end it with. So, thank you for watching the episode, and we will see you next time again.
See you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Ciao.